Hey guys, Brad from Vintage Axe Revival. We are working on an axe for a Christmas gift for someone. It's pretty cool. It's going to be cool. We're going to polish up. It's going to be a two-temper Vulcan double bit. I think this is a 3-2, and we're going to be putting it on a 36-inch hickory that I just got done octagoning. Looks pretty good. We're gonna burn it. I always like doing burning videos, you know. I think it's fun. So here we go. We're gonna light her up. So a little bit about this. We're using MAP gas. This burns hotter than other propane type gases. So it allows me to get a darker color with less dwell time. So I don't have the issue of checking and cracking as often. The torch that I'm using is kind of cool. Whoa! The torch I'm using is kind of cool. It's a kind of a remote deal here, where it's just this handheld piece. So I don't have the weight of the bottle shifting around and causing me to get unstable. So here we go. Hopefully you guys can see this. You'll notice that I am burning the handle before I put the head on. It's really important. You're not going to get color all the way up if you put the head on before you burn. The metal from the head, I think the situation is that the metal from the head absorbs the heat so much more efficiently than the wood that it always leaves a light spot close to, whoop, got a little hot there, close to the head. Yeah, I wasn't paying attention. I got a blotch. Gotta stay smooth and steady. Luckily that'll probably sand out, and luckily I'm going pretty dark with this burn anyway, so I'm not too worried about it. Person wants this handle nice and dark. After this, it's going to go into a Watco Danish oil bath. Soak up oils and hardeners that are in the Danish oil. It's a little harder to burn octagon handles because you do get some risers in the color. You know, that's pretty normal, but that's part of the appeal also. The octagon edges kind of show up darker. It's kind of cool. One of the things you guys will want to get, if you haven't done it already, if you're doing a lot of burning, is some welding gloves to hold on to the handle when you flip it over. That's pretty important. Looking a little blotchy. It's okay, the Danish oil will definitely darken it up and smooth out the differences here a little bit. This is hickory, and it's actually taken a lot of heat before it's changing color on me, which is interesting. Could be that it's just been sitting out here in the garage in the cold. It's only 3 degrees outside right now. It's warm in this little shop that I got set up now because I'm able to enclose it and heat it with a little space heater. But the handle's been laying out in the garage, Yeah, it's probably 20 some degrees in here. So the inside of the handle might be really cold for all I know. I don't know. I don't know why it's taken so long to get the color that we want, but that's okay. Yeah, and really the important thing for you guys is, in my opinion, is just really smooth strokes. Don't hang around on one spot too long or it's just going to burn it and look like crap. And if the burn is too deep in that spot, you got a big spot, it's not going to sand out because it's too deep. So right now I'm just kind of evening out some of the spots and trying to get them all the same darkness. So this does raise grain quite a bit, you know, when it gets this hot. So I always, you know, sand it a little bit when I'm done just to knock that grain down before I throw it in boiled linseed oil or something else. Again, guys, I'm not saying I'm an expert at this. I do a lot of burning, and I think I have pretty good results. So I'm not trying to boast or brag here. I'm just trying to help you guys learn how to do this because it seems to be like an ongoing thing where people, the first, you know, 20 times you burn a handle, you're going to end up blotchy and crappy results. And if I can do anything to help you try to get better results. Now I'm doing a proud hang. So that's why I'm burning all the way to the end. I want that handle color that extends out the end of the handle to be exactly the same color as the rest of it, you know? So when I do the ends, I just kind of feather it, okay? And I'm just going to feather it just to get some heat in there and kind of just highlight the grain. I don't want to go crazy. It'll come. See, as I go back and forth, it's starting to come. You dwell too long, it's going to just heat up the edges and make it look like crap, but it's going to char them like it already is there. So you can't go too far with it. When it starts to smoke, you're done, man. I mean, you gotta back off a little bit. Okay, just shut her down. All right. So the burn's done, and now what I'm gonna do is, like I said, I take some 400 grit. I use 400. Some people use different grits. You know, I just like 400 because it just takes the top off of the grain. The charred edges, I smooth those out a little bit. This is pretty hot, so you got to be, you know, if you have a glove on your hand underneath the sandpaper, it's usually a little bit better. But again, if this was going in boiled linseed oil, I would work a little harder to even this out because this hot spot here kind of bugs me. But again, I'm trying to shoot a video and talk to you guys at the same time, and I wasn't paying attention. So, but I am going to show you something kind of cool. I'm going to take you with me when I drop this thing in the Watco Danish oil, which is pretty cool. I use dark walnut. Okay, so Danish oil has oils in it, but it also has a varnish that stains, seals, and protects in one easy coat, which is pretty cool. We're going to take safety precautions here and put on some rubber gloves. If you guys have ever worked with Danish oil, you will know that pretty toxic stuff. You will taste it. It'll get in your system. I should be wearing a ventilator too, but I'm gonna take you out here, show you how this works. This is pretty cool. All right, this is my Watco Danish oil bath. I don't know if you guys can see that. I just made it out of some PVC. Yeah, we're just gonna, hopefully you guys can see. Sorry about that. I already shook up the Danish oil. It's really important that you shake it, because if you don't, it's not going to get the oils and the varnish that's in the Danish oil, in the Watco, mixed in, and you won't get that hardening effect and that deep penetrating protection, okay? So I'm just using a sponge applicator. Hard to do this with just one hand. I don't even know if you guys can see what the hell's going on here. Sorry about that. Probably end up editing this part out of the video anyways. Flip it over. You can see it steaming. I always try to get the handle in here when the handle is still hot, so that it does, I think the heat in the wood tends to cause it to absorb the Danish oil a little bit better. Yeah, so this is basically just a PVC trough that I made for doing this. I kind of tip it a little bit to get it to run down the length of the handle, because I got it a little low on one edge, and then I can flip it, and you can see that it's deep enough in there that it's actually coating the whole side of the handle. So I let this sit on here, make sure you get the ends, and I don't worry about the fact that it's getting in the kerf or anything like that. It's it's not that big of a deal. It's gonna soak up a lot of this stuff here, and hopefully we'll end up with some really nice color. So anyways, guys, that is a burn to a Watco bath. Pretty simple. Hope you enjoyed it. See ya.